Assalamualaikum, MIFNA family. As you already know, we have a new Consul General. Many of us have already met her. She is the Honorable Miss Anil Adenan. She is so kind to carve out time from her busy schedule to be with MIFNA editorial team for this get to know session. Congratulations on your new appointment, Miss Adenan, and welcome to LA. Thank you for spending time with MIFNA today for this interview. First of all, the first question is, could you tell us a bit about yourself and your work experience prior to becoming the CG of Malaysia in LA?
Hi, Siswati. First of all, hi, thank you to MIFNA for giving me the opportunity to say a few things here during the interview. So yeah, a little bit about me. I am, as you mentioned, Anil Fahriza Adenan. I was born and raised in Kuching, Sarawak. That's the east part of Malaysia, Borneo Island. I come from a large family, 7 siblings, and I'm the second youngest in the family. I am 43 years old, coming to 44 this November. I wear several hats. I'm not only the CG, but I'm also a proud wife as well as a proud mother of 4. So career-wise, I am a career diplomat. I joined the Foreign Service since 2003. That's about 18 years ago. My first posting was in Santiago, Chile. I spent there for about 3.5 years, from 2007 to 2010. My second posting was in Paris, France, from 2014 to 2017. And at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Malaysia, I had served in the political department, both bilateral and multilateral affairs. I also served as the special officer to the Secretary General of the Ministry. And prior to coming here to LA, I was leading the CLMVO, that's Cambodia, Myanmar, Laos, Vietnam, and Oceania division. So that's it about me.
Wow, that is a very illustrious achievement that you have done with your work experience. What do you hope to achieve during your stint as CG here?
Okay, I mentioned to you, Siswati, that before I was a student here in the United States about 20 years ago. And at that time, not much was known about Malaysia. The Americans knew about Singapore and Thailand, but not the country, like in the middle of these 2 nations. But over the years, thanks to the good and continuous work by our diplomats, the growing Malaysian and Asian community in the US, as well as the advent of the internet technology, more and more Americans are aware and familiar of Malaysia. Many have also traveled to Malaysia, either for business or leisure. Therefore, firstly, I would like to ensure that Malaysia will continue to remain visible in the US, especially in the Western region. I hope to see our existing cooperation will develop even further and reach greater heights. My priorities, of course, would be deepening cooperation in the trade and business sector, as well as strengthening and attracting more US investment into Malaysia. Social and cultural sectors are also segments of cooperation that I would like to be expanded during my stint in Los Angeles. I hope to boost tourism from US to Malaysia as soon as our international borders are open. You know, I see the great potential for Malaysia and the US, particularly the Western region, to be working together even closer. So that is my aspiration during my stint here in LA.
What is your impression of LA so far?
Oh, I love LA so far, you know, but it's a little bit different than what I imagined, because you know, you watch in the movies that LA is so glamorous. You know, I would expect initially, honestly, I would expect to see celebrities on the road, something like that. But I've not encountered one so far in my 1 month here. I hope to do so. maybe I should move our office to closer to the Hollywood rather in the downtown. But I love LA so far. The people are very friendly. This is the part that I really like about LA. Like even you go to the groceries, it's like a norm for everyone to say hi, hello, greet in a sincere manner. So I like it very much here, and my kids enjoy it as well, except for the past few weeks. It was really hot here in LA. My kids were asking like, "Mommy, are we in the US or are we in Malaysia?" But yeah, so far I love it. I really enjoy my stay 1 month here so far,
Good.
and I look forward for a more better times and more lovely time here in LA.
Oh, good, good. How do you plan to reach out to the Malaysian community here?
Well, there are many ways to get connected with the Malaysian community here. One of them, and I must add, most effective ways, is by working together with associations such as MIFNA.
Mhm.
I've only been here for a month, but I can see that MIFNA is very active, and the members are very close, like a close knit families. In a month that I've been here, I've attended a couple of gatherings organized by MIFNA, and in each gathering, I get to meet with new and more Malaysians here. So yeah, this is for me. This is the best networking platform. Be close with the association.
Mhm.
In addition to reaching out to Malaysian community via associations, we at the city office also organize activities and events that we would normally invite Malaysians, especially those registered with us, to attend or participate in. And I do hope to be able to conduct outreach programs outside South California and states under my purview soon. I know we have a sizable Malaysian community in North Carolina, like San Jose and San Francisco. And we also have a good number of Malaysians staying in Oregon and Arizona. So I hope to be able to visit and meet as many Malaysians as possible, as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Um, Last but not least, any words of advice for the Malaysian community living here?
Okay. This is my favorite question, actually. First and foremost, I would like to encourage Malaysians to register themselves with our office in LA. The reason being is why we want Malaysians to do so is to enable us to ensure of your well-being, to assist you in times of emergency, and to provide consular assistance when necessary. There are times when worried parents and relatives in Malaysia unable to get in touch with you for whatever reason, and then they would call us and they would seek our help to locate you and make sure that you are safe. And if I may, if I could relate this to my own experience in Paris, when back in 2015, when we had a series of terrorist attacks in Paris. Immediately after the terrorist attack, we set up an operation room at the embassy, and we called each and every one of Malaysian who were registered with us. And for those that we couldn't call, we would send them email asking their condition, whether they were affected by the attacks. Fortunately, at that time, no Malaysians were injured. But if there were, then the embassy would extend necessary consular assistance. So basically, what I'm saying is that please register with us, because by registering yourself at the Embassy or Consulate General Office, you would be helping us to help you, actually. Yeah, so that's the first one. Secondly, I would encourage Malaysians to be involved in association such as MIFNA, or other Malaysian associations of their preference, or whichever they are closer to their residents, because this association like MIFNA is like a support system for Malaysians staying abroad. Plus, these associations, they have gatherings, activities where they will offer Malaysian home cook dishes, so you can satisfy your cravings and homesickness. But joke aside, joining these associations may be the very best thing to do when you are abroad, especially when you are there for a long-term stay. These are the people, or these are the association, they would be your go-to for advice if you have any problems. Your go-to at the initial years or initial period of your stay, to go to halal restaurant, what to do, what not to do, because in one country the culture, the norms may be different than in Malaysia. Now, thirdly, I would also advise Malaysians to conduct themselves in a good manner while staying in the US or in any part of the world for that matter. Malaysian staying abroad, whether for short or long term, they represent Malaysia. We always say that Malaysians abroad are like the little ambassadors of Malaysia. So what you do in that country is a reflection of Malaysia, its values, its cultural customs, its norms, its people. So please always keep a good image of Malaysia and fly the Malaysia flag high, like as high as possible, And lastly, as you all know, that Malaysia, like many other countries, are recovering from the socio-economic repercussions of COVID-19. I would like to encourage Malaysians overseas, particularly those living in the developed nations such as the US, to assist Malaysia in this challenging journey. It would be great if everyone could play some part in this uphill task, and everyone can contribute to recovery of our nation, be it social or business community. Hashtag kita jaga kita and hashtag keluarga Malaysia. So yeah, that's it so far that I can think of now.
Thank you, CG. Thank you for spending time with us. On behalf of MIFNA, thank you again for your time, and we wish you success in all your endeavors here.
Thank you, MIFNA. Thank you. Salam. Bye.
Bye.